Hey guys, welcome to my Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves playoff preview. Let's meet the teams. Team Liquid earned the playoff bye with a stellar season performance. They went 12-6 and were able to place first. For 100 Thieves, they slipped up in the last 2 weeks of LCS, going 1-3, and they lost their bye to Cloud9. In their quarterfinals match though, they were able to sweep FlyQuest 3-0, and it was a very quick series. The matchup is a repeat from the last spring finals, and it still feels very similar with Team Liquid being pretty heavy favorites. Anyways, let's dive in and talk about the playstyles for both teams. 100 Thieves is a very bottom-centric team. They tend to pick scaling comps with Cody Sun on hyper carries, and they play out their games pretty slowly. At the core of the team, you have Afromu. Afro is a beastly playmaker and a very vocal shot caller. He's really the core of this team, and also the leader in and outside the game. You can call him their emotional rock. They also have an ace card in Someday who showed stellar play on both tanks and carry this season. His level of play was MVP caliber. Overall, just think of them as a slow and reactive, macro-focused late game team. For Team Liquid, they're also another bottom-centric team. They're built around Doublelift, who's been the best NALCS AD for quite a few seasons now. They also happen to be the most veteran team in LCS. Every player on the team has been playing pro for at least 5 years. Like 100 Thieves, TL also likes to take it nice and slow, but they're very good about snowballing leads when their laners get ahead. They really stuck to this playstyle of getting bot lane ahead and snowballing that lead for almost the entire year and have gotten really good at it. Another thing Team Liquid is really good at is setting up objective as 5 people and executing on it. It's actually pretty rare to see NA teams do this well, but Team Liquid is an exception. Let's talk about a few key champions in this matchup. First is Tristana. Tristana's kit is insanely loaded for a hyper carry, and her only real weakness is in her laning. With both teams preferring late game teamfighting and macro play, she's gonna be a core pick in this series. She brings great laning versus the other popular hyper carry in the meta, Kai'Sa, and she's very apt at taking turrets, so whoever gets her is going to be in the driver's seat for bot lane. Gangplank is both Impact and Someday's best carry champion. With tanks being so popular at the moment and carries not so much, Gangplank shines even more. He does extremely well in a lane versus tank and can influence bot lane just by using his ult. Something that's going to be very important in this series. I'm pretty sure both Impact and Someday are going to be on tank duty most of the series, but Gangplank is the one carry champ if picked has huge potential to outlane and outperform a tank. Lastly, we have Braum. Braum's one of the best scaling supports in the game. The amount of teamfighting presence he brings is huge. He's going to be very highly contested, and I can't imagine him going unpicked or unbanned for a single game this series. Afro especially prefers Braum, and while Ole might just let Afro have Braum and pick Morgana into it, I don't think it's going to work out that well when a lot of the games are going to come down to 5-on-5 teamfights. For my prediction, this is actually one of the easiest series to call in my opinion. It's going to be an easy peasy Team Liquid win. When teams with similar playstyle play versus each other, it's really hard for an underdog to come out with a win, and it's even more true when both teams are slow macro heavy teams. 100 Thieves crushed FlyQuest with better macro play, and they were really great about punishing the mistakes FlyQuest made. Team Liquid is not going to make any level of FlyQuest kind of mistakes, and 100 Thieves is really going to struggle once it gets into the mid game. Think of it this way. Team Liquid is Charizard, 100 Thieves is Charmelon, and FlyQuest is Charmander. 100 Thieves and TL and FlyQuest, they're all very good at soundly beating teams that are worse than them, but they're also teams that are not very good at upsetting teams that are better than them. But League of Legends is a game, so anything can happen. What are the few things that might throw this prediction out of whack? Someday on a carry champion is still very potent, and if he gets his hands on Gangplank, he can pull out a carry performance, and there still are other carries in the game that aren't as popular that Someday could pick up and play. Onda and Ryu are pretty good 2v2 players. In terms of the mid and jungle 2v2, it's not like Puvelter and Xmithie are terrible, but it's definitely not their strong suit. I still don't think any of these cases are likely, and my prediction is going to be Team Liquid 3-0ing 100 Thieves. Thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. And remember, I'm not crazy, I'm just loco. Bye!